Life is not always easy. In fact, some of you today, you're here and you're going through the toughest season of your life. You're going through real pain. Maybe it is pain relationally. Maybe right now you are in a relationship problem. Maybe it's a loved one. Maybe it's a spouse, a boyfriend, a girlfriend. Maybe it's kids that are running from God and there's this relational pain. Now, others of you, it could be physical pain. I mean, this is one of these kind of things that we don't like to talk too much about in church, but man, every week I read our prayer request cards and you'll see people that are going through real diseases like cancer that are fighting for their life. It's not so easy to be patient when you're fighting cancer. Others of you, maybe it's a financial problem right now that it doesn't matter what you do, it just doesn't seem like ends meet, man. You're having a hard time paying your mortgage, you're having a hard time getting to that job, and financial suffering's taking place, and you're going, God wants me to be patient in this? Maybe it's emotional, maybe you're going through an emotional time, you're going, how on earth will I be patient in this? And this is what James is gonna zero in on. He's gonna speak to us about the importance of learning to wait on God even in moments of real suffering. Suppose the question is, how will you respond to suffering? Because I think there's a couple ways that we respond. The first way that a lot of people respond during seasons of suffering is they kind of take on this attitude that I'm gonna fight through this. You've met these people, right? Let me fight through this. As long as I fight through this, I've got enough strength, I've got enough willpower, I can make it through this. But how many of you know that there's some problems that are too big for you to fight on your own? If it's not fighting, a lot of people, they go with this next option, which is fright. Have you met this before? People, they come up to challenges or to pain or to suffering, and when they get there, they allow fear to overtake them. Let me just tell you, God has not given you a spirit of fear, but rather he's given you a spirit of love, of a sound mind. He wants you to operate not in that type of thinking, but rather he wants you to trust in him. You can't back down from every challenge that comes your way. But I think the other way is that if it's not fight, if it's not fright, it's this idea of flight, that let me just get out of here. You know, the psalmist David, he said, oh, if I had wings like a bird, I would just fly away. You know what the problem is with just quitting and giving up? Is that everywhere you go, there you are. Meaning, if the first marriage didn't work out, your knee-jerk reaction is, let me get out of this marriage, the next marriage will be better. Guess what? The problem is you're gonna get into the next marriage and there you are. Oh, I don't like this church very much. The problem is you're gonna get to the next church and there you are. At some point, you can't just run from everything and give up. See, I believe that James talks to us not about fight, not about fright, not about flight, but rather that we take on the right response, which is the response of faith. The response of faith. God has called us to be faithful on this journey. He's called us to be patient in moments of suffering, of moments of real pain, of real heartache. He doesn't want you to give up, but he wants you to trust in him. He wants to do something awesome in your life.